Yes, good afternoon. This is Simmy Media, and my name is Simon. Just welcome you from the whole, week. I'm sure it has been so long for you, but of course we are here to talk about these different issues that have happened throughout the week, and I'm sure you probably need to know about what has happened. Mr. Joel Senyimba he's a student at UgandanPoliticians University, and I was like, why not? I should get you. So, you're welcome on Simmy Media.
Thank you.
We are looking forward to having more information from you and actually your own opinion. We are going to see very many things that have happened in the week. We are seeing national resistance movement come on with another slogan, protecting the gains. We don't know what kind of gains are they protecting, but probably they are there. And we are also going to look into it. We shall also look at the delegates conference at the Kololo last time, of course last week, how it was, the differences between Anita Among and then Rebecca Alitoala KADAAGA, a renowned politician from the other side of the east. That is Busoga, Kamuri, and every part of that side. But let us start with the protecting the gains. We have seen National Resistance Movement, that is our NRM, which is now the driver of Uganda now. When you talk about protecting the gains, I think people should know what kind of the gains are they meaning, and what does this mean this time around. But let us start with the protecting the gains. We have seen National Resistance Movement, that is our NRM, which is now the driver of Uganda now. When you talk about protecting the gains, I think people should know what kind of the gains are they meaning, and what does this mean this time around, Mr. Joe?
Yes, thank you for welcoming me, for bringing me to your show. It delights me to share my opinion, the viewers, share my opinion with the viewers. Having introduced me, I can't wait to hear myself speak, but I have to begin it from where did NRM start and where is NRM now?
Yeah.
I would wish to look at it in terms of development, not growth. When we subject NRM to the measure of development, not growth, we then have testing NRM well. When we subject it to growth, NRM has achieved a lot. But if we subject it to development, on a scale of 10, they have 0. NRM found Massacre Road.
You should be sure of that.
Yes, NRM government found Massacre Road in place with a bridge at Katonga that they failed to renovate. Not until a heavy downpour washed it away. From 2021 to date, the bridge is not yet in shape. There is always traffic along Massacre Road. You have to take 3 hours in Luera to reach Kayao. You have to take, one time I took 2 hours to just cross Luera to Namiwanga. That's one. That's in terms of infrastructure growth, infrastructure development. We borrowed money from the Exim Bank of China to construct an expressway from Busega to where it ends at Nkumba. We were extended a grant from the European Union and the European Union and the Commonwealth to construct the Northern Bypass.
Okay.
Money has failed to be used to start the construction of the Southern Bypass under the NRM government. It is in the NRM government that we have seen more abductions than people have. It is during the NRM government that we have seen.
Are you pinning the government itself?
The NRM government, because whatever, who is responsible? I have to pin the government because.
For example, the police.
If that is a department that is an institution of government.
You've talked about
That
the
is,
man
that is not the people in charge. That is not, those are not the people, but that is an institution of government. So I have to take the umbrella organization. The umbrella is government. You get it? The NRM government, like we had the UPC government, and like we had etc. etc. You get it? So at a time when NRM took over power, Uganda was in disarray, and Ugandans had a lot of anxiety. Has this anxiety subsided or has grown more? There's a time Professor Spire was on a radio station and asked, what do we do thereafter? He said that Ugandans may have no option, but they want to see something better. At a time when NRM took over power, there were abductions. I can't deny that.
And they got done. I mean, it worked on so well. Even the president, Yoweri Kaguta Museveni, says that he tried to make Uganda a peaceful country. That's what he said.
There is what we call peace and apparent peace. You studied physics, I am sure, in the Ugandan previous curriculum. You must have studied physics. What we call real depth and apparent depth. So we don't have real peace, but we have apparent peace, where we have no war happening on large scale or on a protracted scale. But we are peaceful. The country is at unrest. If the leading political party can have chaos at a delegates conference, it was, at first when I watched the clips, I thought it was a rural last funeral rites.
It was really disappointing.
I thought it was a rural last funeral rites where the villagers were falling in food. But this was a national ruling party where the police in khaki, the police in operations, the one that has the drapings, blue, coffee, not coffee, but navy blue and white. That is the operations police, then the khaki police, then the military police, then the SFC, trying to quail down, trying to topple the insurrection that was yet to break out at a national liberation ground, Korolo, because the ruling party has failed to agree upon a point. If people, the question was protecting gains.
Yes.
So politically, NRM has no gain to protect. There is protecting a loss.
I should first make a disclaimer. The views you're hearing from here are from individual people, not for Simmy media.
Yes.
Yes.
NRM has nothing to protect, but struggle for longevity in power. There is struggling for longevity in power and nothing. So when your boat is sinking, the people on the boat have now only to struggle for life. Whatever amount of water they swallow, they gallop in, whatever kind of whatever is on the sea that crosses them, they only have to struggle to get ashore. They have nothing to protect. That is why the sailors have a way of operation that when you are in the boat, you do not sit where your luggage is. So when the boat gets funny, if I must say, you have to throw the luggage into the water and save your life. So NRM is only struggling for longevity. There is nothing they have to protect. We have potholes in Kampala, just at the yard that branches to First Street, that continues to Kampala, to Nile Avenue. There are potholes there. Should you drive there on a rainy day, you'll be in a pothole. There are potholes everywhere in the city. If you have taken off time to drive through Munyonyo, there are potholes along roads.
The face of the country.
So for us, we want to think that if a government must cling to power, every politician struggles to cling to power, but they must protect a gain. What is the gain?
Should the Ugandans think that protecting the gains, meaning there would be nothing to be done but protecting. Because for me, when I heard this slogan, I was like, what are they? What is going to be? I mean, okay, protected, but again, when you're protecting something, meaning there is nothing going to be put in place.
I'm protecting the gains.
Yes.
You may be swaying me into buying into what NRM has to put at hand, but what is the gain, if I must ask? If I must ask.
I have bought the land. I have to protect. For example, I'm giving an example.
What has? Let me look at infrastructure I have seen in Kampala since 2001, constructed by government. The Queen's Way is not our money.
NRM has put up. It says it has put up roads up country, and they are okay. They are saying
funded by the NRM. Funded by the NRM, by the Ugandan government. No, this is aid from abroad attached with strings. So it has kept us captives to the negative effects of borrowing, to the negative effects of receiving aid. So if that is calculated as a gain, we are at a loss. That's not a gain. The Ministry of Education is at stake today. It is crumbling. It is falling down into the grave simply because we relied on the Norwegians when we said no to the gap bill. They withdrew aid. The Irish withdrew aid because these are countries that are protecting the LGBTQ business.
Yeah.
You get it? So now not signing the gap bill is just paying heed to our culture. That's not a gain. That is what you're supposed to do. It's like telling you go to bathe and then we clap for you after bathing. No. That is what you're supposed to do. 2, let's look at political growth. Political growth. What have they given us? When NRM came into power, it came with the movement system that suffocated to death.
When you talk about political growth, I mean, I think of
that would be the gain.
Grooming people.
That would be a gain if the government has groomed politicians who can debate on international level for our country. That would be a gain. But I was telling you, when NRM came into power in 1986, when it suffocated to death, I want to say that it suffocated to death the gains of our people. Why? Because we had multi-party democracy. We had the UPC, we had the DP, mention it. You get it? When NRM came to power, at first we had a single party system. And thereafter, 10 years later, we went back to multi-party democracy. Apparent multi-party democracy. You get it? Because it has infiltrated political parties to the level that a member, a president of an opposition political party is a minister in government. That is political failure. That would be again if the political parties, are independent, are getting nothing from government, and they can stand alone.
Meaning that the gains must not only be, infrastructure.
Yes, that is why I say.
Also,
that is why I used the term development. Development goes beyond physical to moral. That I have constructed the road, but are my people educated? Yes, they are educated. What have they studied? Has it an impact to their personal development and the growth of the nation? Are we together?
Okay.
Yes, our national gross domestic product has grown over time, but have people been drawn from the abject poverty? I'm just asking. Many Ugandans, on a scale of about 45%, according to the statistical data of the UNBS, cannot afford 2 meals a day. But this government has been here for 40 years. That would be again if almost all Ugandans could afford a meal, 2 meals a day. I want to mean lunch and supper.
Meaning government can contribute to that.
The government contributes definitely to the poverty of the people. One, spending deadweight expenditure. We call it deadweight expenditure. Spending money on things that never liquidate, that never bring back money to government. For example, you buy numerous cars, you're going to gift kings and cultural leaders if I must say, you're going to gift them with cars. This gifting of cars has not started with Museveni. It is Idi Amin who started it. When Obote nationalized government, Catholic schools, Christians, let me say Christian schools, Anglican and Catholic, and then Muslim schools, Amin started gifting cultural leaders
the kings,
and religious leaders with cars. So it is a narrative Museveni has carried forward by gifting cultural leaders, religious leaders with cars. So should you agree with him? He does that. So what is the game? You asked me about a game. So this is not a game. He's blocking their mouths from speaking what develops the state to giving them cars. I cherished the idea that the Baganda declined to take the car. The Baganda can afford to buy their king a car. They can afford to buy the latest model of the most expensive car in the world for their king. That's one. Two, going back to Gaines, I have told you he suffocated multi-party democracy. He has,
as an individual,
it is.
I wouldn't want to be someone. We look at the biggest aspect.
I have always told you, I have always asked you and told you, one, what happened after UPC, after the death of Obote? After Obote becoming weak, the UPC was sold to the NRM by the son of Obote Akena. He became minister in the incumbent government. You have sold your party to the NRM. For example, if you went to the UK, Cameroon is a member of the Conservative Party. He has to work tirelessly. He has to work tirelessly that the Prime Minister from the Conservative Party wins the election, like drives government. Now you look at a situation where Cameroon crosses from Conservative Party, a former Prime Minister, a member of the Conservative Party, being in the Labour Party because Keir Starmer is the current Prime Minister, because he has been given a job, because he has been appointed there. You get it? So he has failed multi-party democracy. This would be the breath of Uganda to grow to heights, multi-party democracy. I want to think he has infiltrated.
Yeah, he has failed multiple
party democracy,
but we are seeing very many parties come up.
Who is funding the mushrooming political
We have
parties?
no idea.
That is a question that can be answered by a baby who has just been born today. I want to tell you. I want to tell you that when Noop was purchased, it is that funny. The political party was purchased from Chibalama at 5 million. That is evidence everyone has seen. The blind have seen it in Kampala. I want to also add that the councillors of Rubaga, I'm telling you how he has failed us and is telling us he has gains. The councillors of Rubaga voting a speaker from NRM. How are the two? How can the two be merged? How can the two be put in the same saucepan to be cooked? You're putting stones together with rice to be cooked.
All right, on 0755014170, Simmy Media, that is when you want to advertise with us. Simmy Media, 0755014170. Still looking at the gains and for the national resistance movement. What have they put on table that they are trying to protect? And I'm with Joe Senyimba trying to elaborate more about it.
Just before we cross.
Yes.
A boy called Chiaga won the Queen's Commonwealth AC Championship of 2024. And he flew to Edinburgh to meet the Queen of England, Birmingham. And a journalist asked the ambassador of Uganda in the UK that it seems the education system of Uganda is doing well. And the ambassador only had to say, yeah, it is performing well.
Yeah,
it is doing well. We have many children that are writing essays, and it is exemplified at the national level. It is evident that the children are really doing well. And only that these guys are not wise. He didn't see it coming, that the journalist would ask him, why is it that it is only one school having its children grow? Because children writing essays and winning essays. Meaning, our country has been stratified amongst the very rich, that is the elite class, and then we seem to have a middle class, a very narrow middle class, and then a big, broad-based peasant class. Did you get it? So, as someone is saying, protecting the gains, we have many people in the peasant class.
Mr.
Before you sabotage me from my point, we are saying a peasant class. The peasants, when you see many cooperatives come up, those are peasant arrangements. Peasants are the ones that always come together to form cooperatives altogether. These were failed by the NRM government, with the agenda of impoverishing us and then ruling us. So which gain are you protecting in this case?
You have been a Ugandan for so many times, and you are a Ugandan, and we are saying that is it true that there is something to protect, because of course it cannot be all negative and all that. We presume that there must be something to be protected.
What?
You're Ugandan.
What have we to protect?
You're Ugandan. There must be something.
The skyscrapers, the mushrooming apartments of Nigeria, of Munyonyo, of Ntinda are set up by big people. And we have already seen big people in scandals of robbing government money. So if you have failed to put your room to order, that we have zero corruption or 0.1 corruption in the country,
there's nothing that should be protected.
Then corruption is too high. What are you protecting with this high rate of corruption? If you stood along Masaka Road today or yesterday evening, and you calculate the number, you count the number of convoys going along Masaka Road to wherever they are going to, every red number plate with a lead car, a car behind it. All these lead cars.
I want you to look into the camera. You say the government should not, it has nothing to protect.
The NRM government has nothing to protect. We have schools that have no desks, public schools that have no desks. You move into a school with 7 classrooms altogether, and one classroom has desks that have been provided by the local government. Are we together? And then the rest have been provided by the parents in their PTA. That's one. 2, you move into public facilities, public health facilities. When the nurses are there is no medicine. When the medicine is there, the nurses are on strike. What are you protecting? Haven't you seen strikes of late? Is it one in the last 5 years? It's not one, it's more than 5.
So the money is always there, but I think
we are misusing the money. That is what I told you, that we have dead weight expenditure. We are spending money on useless things. You see 7 commissioners going to supervise one project. Each one of them with a lead car and another car following them. They have sitting allowance, they have food, etc. They are supervising a project of 1 billion. They have used this 100 million to supervise it in one day. And then they have to supervise the project 7 times, meaning we are spending 700 million on supervising a project of 1 billion. Are we protecting anything there? Nothing to protect. 2, we still have narrow roads. We still have narrow roads in the country. It is a factor to the rampant accidents along highways. 3, I talked about abductions, and you said they decreased in 86. No.
Yes. And Ugandans were very happy. Ugandans were very happy.
7-4 was
not
abducted
until the
from
table
Mukono.
flipped.
7-4 was abducted from Mukono. That is one case I can give you. That is one prominent case I can give you for now. Are we together? And I'm telling you, they have no courtesy as the NRM.
Which 7-4?
Eddie.
Oh, yeah.
Now, they have no courtesy as the NRM that even the high class of the party can be mistreated on camera. A chairperson LC5 of the NRM was carried by the pants. I want to mean he was wedged at a national delegates conference.
It's where we are going now.
So they have nothing to protect. I talked about health facilities.
Yeah.
I talked about education facilities. Allow me end
the basic things.
Allow me end it at the rule of law, constitutionalism. You can have a constitution, but are we using the law? The Right Honorable Rebecca KADAAGA was Speaker of Parliament when armed officers bombarded Parliament and beat parliamentarians. And what are you protecting? Because it should be that there is rule of law where the legislature presides over government, presides over policy. They are the lawmakers. Where the judiciary is independent. You get the point here. Right Honorable Rebecca KADAAGA presided over beating of parliamentarians, violence against the constitution. So what gains are you protecting? Now I'm talking about a member of the NRM. I'm talking about a former Speaker of Parliament, a former Deputy Speaker of Parliament. All together. All across the country, research has proven that there is no development, but there has been growth. So we would protect development because that development is a trickle-down effect from the top to the last person of the village, to the poorest of the village.
There's a difference between growth and development.
Yes. Yeah. Growth is quantitative, that a child grew in height and weight, and development is that a child grew in height and mental. So I have to...
Without waste no time, let's go to the delegates conference that was... actually, this was a very big story last week, compared even to this one, where we saw the national resistance movement people, fight in the presence of the ruling person, that is President Yoweri Kaguta Museveni. They were in front of him fighting, and it was really disappointing. We don't know how definitely that will be, how it looked actually in his eyes, but most especially we are looking at they were voting people of disability, the national the chairpersons of the party, and it was a little bit credible, but there were some few things that made it to be look so unjustful according to the people there. We're going to look at the saga of Rebecca KADAAGA Alitwala, who was before the former Speaker of Parliament, and now also Triple A, that is Anita Among. People have been saying that, especially the people of the East, have been saying that there was some injustice on Rebecca KADAAGA. The fact that she's a very big icon in the party, and she has done a lot in the eastern part, that the side of Busoga. But they were saying that at least she should have been put at the forefront this time around still. And we saw some different clips before where it was like, if not me, you remember, if not me, NRM would have been, I think the issue was on age limit and stuff. So she removed that. So she came out boldly on a certain TV show before then, and she was like, if it wasn't me, you would have been off, meaning president of the country, you would have been off, but it was me. But again, there is a certain politician, I will not say his name. He said, now that is a point that we are using to put you down, because for us it's what we are fighting. Him to go down, but you put him up. But now you see, they have put you down. So we are talking about that. Just was it unjust? Was it okay? I mean, let's carry on.
I previously wanted to start it from the eastern part of it. These two are all from the east.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
And
Kamuli.
That is ideally that is no point. The most important political region of the country is Buganda.
Not leaving out the east.
The most important region of the country is Buganda. We have nothing to do about that. It is not me who wrote about it first. Fares Mutibwa has written 300 and so pages about the importance of Buganda region in Ugandan politics. Professor Kanujire does not hesitate to mention it. In constitutional history of Uganda, the late Professor Justice Kanyehamba does not run away from that fact. Professor Spire hangs on the same, away from that. Let's go back to KADAAGA and Anita Mong. I can say I've been a child of Anita Mong because she had a child in Chitovu when I was there. When I was there. So our mother is disgracing the country. 1, 2. Our grandparent disgraced the country. So we are looking. We are looking at and want to look at Anita Mong.
The mother?
And mother. He studied in the same school with his son, almost same class, almost same room. We shared the same. I was in the same business club with his son. So away from that, I want to say she has disgraced the country. She will disgrace us the more. That's what. Yes, there was a time she spoke caustically. She held fasts at the Baganda in Parliament. That's one. That's clear. It's on clip. It's on.
Yeah, actually, there's something that I had forgotten. KADAAGA said that there was some money. I mean,
okay, we shall also talk about the money issue.
Okay, yeah.
Who has not used money? She's pointing one finger at Anita Mong,
but
the three other fingers are pointing at her. One finger at Anita Mong, and the 3 others are pointing at her. What did she use? What did she use to win Salam Musumba in Kamuli? It was a V8, whose number plate I will not
mention. She said she's prominent, and people.
Her prominence has come from violation of the constitution. Those people are applauding KADAAGA in the East are illiterates. We want to look at it in the literate sense of our country. Her prominence has come from violation of the constitution, violence towards the constitution. Tojikwatako, whose reign was it? When Parliament was attacked, who was the Speaker of Parliament? Altogether. She said Tojikwatako. That is an injustice to the mother lord of the land. 2, when we had a lot of money swung around, you remember when MPs' phone were given 60 million? Who was Speaker of Parliament?
To support the...
I was mentioning a point. The big vehicle that was parked at a polling station while they were voting for a card bearer and for the NRM card bearer of Kamuli. What was used? Who has not commercialized the politics in the NRM? KADAAGA sounded out of order. I'm telling you, an autocrat like Museveni will always use money, will always use an instrument. Now, KADAAGA was used as an instrument to trample upon the law.
Uhuru said money has no problem. It is somebody's task.
It sounds out of order. It sounds out of order. As an individual, I cannot buy into an illiterate's point of argument. There, Uhuru does not sound like someone who has studied. That is a stupid person's point. You cannot say money can be used. No. We must be Ugandans. People who are using people who are using others by giving them money will always do it. Because Ugandans have stooped low to a level of ombachi. What have you to give me to vote for you? That's one. Two, I saw on X that about 6 billion had been used.
Yeah.
Everyone who appeared was given 300,000. But that is the figure that was mentioned.
On the saga of
I meant,
and
yes. So that is a lot of money that has been planted into circulation that is not going to be backed up by production of goods and services. What has that to do with the inflation of the country? That's the point. Two, I'm going away from that. I want to go back and nail hard into KADAAGA. KADAAGA,
please.
KADAAGA was the springboard, was the instrument used to lay ground for what is happening today. Altogether. There is a time for being loved and the time for being unloved. This is not my statement, it comes from the Bible.
But she claims they are still that.
Who loves her if they have not voted for her?
It's the effect of the money.
Which effect of the money? People can always eat money and vote for who they want. In the recent elections, we saw NRM cadres giving money to people, but they went to vote for NUP. That is what they wanted. They went to vote for the umbrella.
Yeah,
so KADAAGA has to pay for her sins at this stage. Now, NRM as a party and everywhere in partisan politics,
yes,
we are suffering from individual merit. So KADAAGA went ahead to seek individual merit again from the chairperson of the party. She did not have to seek her merit from the chairperson of the party. She had to seek merit from voters. The chairperson of the party has one vote. She had to seek that merit from voters. If she says they wanted to vote for her, but they didn't express it in the vote. She had 92.
Yes, she had 92.
Only 92. So if she had only 92, by figure, she failed out. But me, I say, let her pay for her sins. Our constitution was abrogated in her reign.
And her Speaker said.
Yes. She presided over it. Two, this one will also be used. Museveni is a user. Anita Mong is not going to be loved for eternity. She's going to be used, it is just a question of time. She's going to be used and will be dumped somewhere. You're still young, you're not yet 40. We shall see this happen. They're in their 50s now. We shall see this happen. It is just a question of time. The same weapon will be used against Anita Mong, like it has been used against KADAAGA. She's not the first one. Sachikubo was handled the same way in Rem. They handled it the same way, but at one point, Sachikubo was a darling. But today, he was treated the same way. KADAAGA said he has swung opposition MPs from the opposition to the NRM as a tool. But who says, how did she get them this side?
Messenger, at this moment, we are seeing the opposition side. That is the main opposition now, the National Unity Platform. Now they are jubilating, saying that Rebecca KADAAGA, they used you, now you are welcome. This side, it is okay, you are welcome. What are you saying about it? Do you think
they sound out?
Because for her, she's like, she affirmed her commitment to continue striving for the values and aspirations that after conceding to the party.
No, the opposition sounds out of order.
You said them.
The opposition sounds out of order. What did the latter? What did the latter issue in a statement on X? She thanked Ugandans for showing their love for her, and she said she thanks the boys who went around pinning her posters, hanging up her posters on the streets amidst threats. Altogether, meaning she still professes the faith according to NRM. Are we together?
Yeah, actually, she said, to the delegates at the national conference who endured the stormy days and sleepless nights in the course of this journey, I salute you in the utmost respect. Your resilience and commitment will forever remain an inspiration. Special thanks to the gallant men and women who raised my posters amidst what you talked about. Amidst numerous challenges and threats, in you, I saw the true spirit of courage, sacrifice, and loyalty.
Now,
this is more important. To my great party, which I have had the honor to serve diligently since inception, I remain grateful.
Yes, to the party. That was a statement. That is a political statement. Anyone can write somewhere in good English and then it circulates on media.
Yeah.
The boys did that. So when opposition says welcome to our side, they are wrong.
No, we are welcoming you. Like you should come.
They should have only said share in the pain you made us share in. You get it?
Hey, but I think it is not the same.
It is not the same. When I say
she showed a lot of
we are the same, but we have distinctions. A woman can be a human being. So a man and a woman can be human beings, but they have a distinction of being male and female. So the point here is, one, it's time for everything. Let KADAAGA endure her time of being unloved. Let KADAAGA endure her time of now being the toilet paper to be dropped in the toilet. Because she was used now. She has to be. No, I wanted to use the best statement to mean what I want to suggest. What to say, to give the real meaning of what I'm suggesting. She has been used. An autocrat does that. In every government, an autocrat does that. So, for now, let's give chance to Anita.
We see what she has on the table.
Be used.
Again?
Yes. Because she's not demanded because she's Anita Moog. She is demanded because of what she can deliver. They have seen what she can deliver, so they have to exploit it. The NRM is good at exploitation, so they have to exploit it.
But I think when somebody comes out boldly and they are in support of a certain party, why would it turn to be? I mean, you people try to term it as being used. Somebody is in support of something, and they are giving in their selves.
At that time, the captain of the boat had to be NRM, had to be Aditwala KADAAGA. At this time, the captain of the boat, the national chairperson of the NRM, thinks it should be Anita Moog. And it is no surprise she won. It is not that these people loved her so much. So that is why we are saying money was used. The NRM has commercialized the politics. Everyone has come. Politicians then commercialize the politics. So my last remark would be to fellow Ugandans who are going to vote 2026. I advise you, please, one, go and vote for sense. Please do not vote a public lumpen who is giving money, who is speaking some English in public, who sits front in church, who is quick to give his contribution at a funeral, and you feel that person will vote you. You will vote for them and they will disappear for 5 years and appear when we are in campaign again. So my remark is, please go vote for someone who has sense.
That one who has no any idea about Rebecca KADAAGA. Rebecca KADAAGA apparently is the first deputy prime minister of East African Community Affairs. So those ones who have been on, thank you very much, and who are going to watch this video. I'm Simon on Simmy.